Hello, welcome
Welcome
everyone.
everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Christina.
Hello, it's
Hi.
very nice to see you. Do you want to do some tests to see if everything works? To share your screen, maybe
Yes, I can
before
share my screen.
before we start.
Yes, let me see. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it, so it works. Thank you. Thank you for
Okay. Yes, it works. Good.
it works. It
I'll
works.
stop
Yes,
sharing
yes.
then.
Thank you very much for doing the check with me.
Yes, please.
So we should start probably in around 5 minutes. If, I don't know if we should wait a few more minutes after 2 o'clock, but we will decide to see how many people join, and but I will announce everyone. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. So I propose to wait 5 more minutes to allow more people to join the webinar, and afterwards we will start. Thank you very much for being here with us.
Okay, hello everyone and welcome. I think more or less we can start this informational webinar regarding the SustainX program and its open call for innovation support in the internationalization. You will see during today's meeting what it is about. First, welcome to all the participants. This is an international project and we have participants from all over Europe. We are very proud of it. My name is Cristina Bachiu. I'm the project coordinator for SustainX on behalf of the organization that is coordinating the whole program, Digital Innovation Zone. We are from Northeast Romania and we are the European Digital Innovation Hub supporting digital transformation and innovation on different deep tech verticals and on several industry sectors. The agenda for today is quite packed. We are aiming it to be discussion during the webinar for you to better understand how the SustainX project is supporting your needs for innovation, digital transformation, or access even to different collaboration and funding opportunities. I will also present the call that is already open. We're talking about an open call for advisory support dedicated to small and medium companies. We will be hearing a lot during today's presentation about SME. This is small and medium enterprises that are registered in Europe, and there are some eligibility criteria that we are thinking about, and we will present it. And also I'm very happy that I'm joined here today, not only by the project partners that you will be meeting during this session, but also by an European level expert, Mr. Koen de Graaf from IDEA Consult. He's an expert on innovation, competitiveness, and sustainability from Brussels, and he will be very happy to present his perspectives on opportunities and advantages for small and medium enterprises to collaborate in international partnerships, and you will be finding more about it. Also, during this today's presentation, our project partners from Latvia will share their insights on the ups and downs, what it takes to build an I3 ready project and a consortium, and why a project in the program like SustainX can make your life as an innovative company easier. And then last but not the least, our colleague from the Canary Islands, Laura Lorenzo Brito from Fundación Santa Cruz, will give you some practical steps on application and how to maximize your chances of selection. And as we said from the beginning, this is supposed to be an interactive session. So all along the session, if you have any question, please write it in the chat. And we will be very happy. We have a whole team here that is open for answering it directly or in the chat or during the presentations. And of course, at the end of our prepared presentations and slides, we are open to further discuss and support your understanding on how to become an innovative SME and why the SustainX International Program is the best step to do it. Well, if no further questions here, let me present you the SustainX program. It has been running since January 2025, so we are more or less in the mid-term period. Our consortium is coordinated by Digital Innovation Zone, Romania, and is comprised of several partners from different European regions. And we have already mentioned here Latvia, we have already mentioned Canary Islands, but we also have strong partners from Bulgaria, from Greece, and from Germany, Northeast Westphalia region. All of these partners are working together to create a very strong and different set of measures that in the end will support the organizations, the SMEs from these regions, to further improve their innovation capabilities and to develop their international collaboration. So, for example, if you are a company in Romania, during this program and after it, because we are not looking to collaborate with you only for, I don't know, a month or two, you will be able to access a different process, subsequent steps of advisory support from the project partners, starting from capabilities that you will need to become more innovative, but very important, helping you even to find international partners in all along Europe, especially in the regions that we are working with in the project, but not limited to them, helping you identify new value chains that are relevant for your activity, and why not helping you seize new funding, international funding opportunities via I3 projects, and not only, because SustainX project is funded by the European Union I3 instrument, and we can further see about this instrument. We are a project that is designed to create capabilities for the consortium, but more important capabilities for the regions where the consortium is active. So we are aiming that the companies, the SMEs, and other organizations active in our regions, at the end, after our program is finishing, to be able to access further opportunities. So the I3 instrument, Interregional Innovation Investment, that's why 3 I's, and Mr. Kuhn will present, I think, in more detail what other S3 opportunities are there, is dedicated to supporting, is an instrument from the European Commission, and is dedicated to supporting interregional cooperation. Ideally, the consortia that are usually funded via the I3 instrument have a minimum of 3 to 5 partners. They are coming from different member states and regional ecosystems. So this is one of the most difficult topics to address when you, as a company active, I don't know, in Romania, and Bulgaria, in Greece, or other region, want to reach when thinking about expanding to other markets, or integrating new value, accessing and integrating new value chains in your activity, and of course creating a budget, an investment budget for that. Where do I get these partners? How trustful these partners can be, and how ready am I as an organization to reach a new market or a new value chain. And what SustainX Project can create for you via a series of steps and advisory activities is, at the end, maybe even identifying this ideal partnerships and consortium of this minimum 3 to 5 partners that together can apply for the innovation activities. The I3 instrument usually is funding activities of innovation that are close to market. So in the I3 projects, the solutions that are funded should have a technology readiness level of at least 6. Again, the SustainX program is coming ahead, and even if your solution is not yet ready, it's not at TRL 6, we are supporting you to, we are advising you to on how to advance your innovation capabilities. So, and in our presentation today, you will find more information on the process the SustainX project is creating for you as an SME, in order for you to be ready to create this innovation partnerships and to come forward with a strong innovative solution or product that can be an eligible candidate for the I3 instrument. So we are doing preparation for you and together with you on this direction. On another perspective, this type of innovation investment projects are looking for investments in highly innovative solutions and that are creating impact. And one of the questions that are usually rising from the companies wanting to access this type of European opportunities is how innovative is my organization, how innovative is my solution, or how can it get more innovative, or what type of impact can we create? Does it need to be a sustainability impact? Does it need to be an environmental impact? Or how can we define the fact that we have an eco-innovation oriented? There are a lot of questions that an entrepreneur by itself might find it difficult to answer. Then here comes the SustainX project that actually is, again, preparing you as an organization is advising you to how to become more innovative, how to create more impact in your activities, how to design together or with the international partners or together with your regional partners, an innovative solution that again can be a good candidate for expanding internationalization for other markets. What can you get usually through this? Can you another slide back here? Okay, thank you. What can you get usually through this type of international projects? Ideally, they are projects that are funded with up to 10 million euro per project. It's not easy to source this type of investment. Therefore, our program, SustainX, and now you can change, is creating a series of structured steps, structured advisory support that will help the companies be ready when they will be more innovative. They will be more able to design their innovative projects, and finally maybe even apply in 2026 together with the partners that we have identified together to projects in the European projects like the I3 Innovation Investment Project in 5 member consortia and accessing substantial amount of funding. So SustainX Open Call that is available now for you offers advisory support, free expert-led training in phase 1, and we are going to present the whole schedule, meaning that you will be accessing on one hand local workshops that are fit for your region's challenges, but also you are actually accessing directly interregional support, and you can already start identifying some international partners for your plans. We are offering peer learning that is saving time for the SME. Instead of reinventing the wheel, as we are saying, how to make your innovation project more appealing, how to make it more sustainable, what other companies from other regions are doing, and this takes a lot of time for you alone to identify and to source. We are offering you access to real SME cases, to templates, or even sustainability checklist or innovation checklist you can reuse. We are offering you in phase 2. Again, we are going to present the phases. One-to-one or one-to-few guidance for innovation experts that will support you sharpen your innovation plan, that will support you define your metrics, your technology readiness level, and your funding route towards European opportunities. And what is very important, and I think it's a differentiator in the advisory support activities that we are doing, we are already curating, we are already selecting European partners that are fit for your needs. So you will be accessing some structured matchmaking across multiple regions that will support you form cross-border consortia and international business partnerships. So in one nutshell, you are getting via this program one-stop access from advisors that first will train your team how to become more innovative and how to design and differentiate your innovation projects from other competitors, towards support for your innovation project funding, TRL, technology readiness level, upgrade roadmaps, co-funding guidance, and partner search tools. So everything that your company needs to be ready for the 2026 European funding calls, because as you know, usually these calls need to be prepared a lot of time in advance. The consortia need to be created with time taken into consideration. You cannot apply for a 10 million euro project in 1 month without knowing your partners, without knowing your strong points, or improving your not so strong points. Okay, and I think it's important also to explain the different approach that SustainX program is taking. So instead of accessing, I don't know, general business help from one accelerator or from a business support organization, via SustainX, we are already accessing international partners, not only from Romania, not only from Greece, not only from Germany, not only from Spain. You have all this expert support in your hands. Our goal is very clear. We don't want to give you general advice. We want your company to have an innovation to investment pathway built that will get you I3 or other European Union funding ready in 2026. Instead of getting training, everyone can access training from different sources, programs, structured or less structured. You will be getting multi-month curricula and interregional best practices that are very well fit to your smart specialization priorities. Meaning that after you will apply, and our colleagues will present the application process, after you will apply, you will be again asked to be more specific on what you actually need, that we will target our training approach better. As I said, instead of finding partners who wants to be together into, I don't know, like opportunity projects, ad hoc networking, you will be getting via this SustainX program curated matchmaking. Meaning that we are already at the regional level selecting potential partners and verifying them and trying to put them together in a faster, better fit approach for innovation pilots and successful consortia. Instead of just getting general business advice, you will be getting one-to-one or one-to-few advisory for innovation investments, from work plan, from pilots, from how to define your KPIs, how to create a budget for an innovation that is quite advanced at TRL 6, for example, how to get co-funding or how to cover it during the implementation phase, how to define your ESG impact if needed, and so much more. The funding route, as I said, it's quite clear. We are aiming to support you to be successful in 2026 international funding opportunities, but for that you need to be ready. So you need to have a technology readiness level at least 6 for your innovation ideas. You need to already have at least three partners, and you need to be fit into a sustainable and interregional value chain. How we are going to do this? With very targeted advisory support that is spanning a couple of months. So how you get in and what happens next? Our call for SMEs that we are going to work with, in, as I presented a lot of detail, is already open and will close on the 17th of October 2025. Meaning that by the end of October, all the regions will have finished their selection and the initial onboarding of the companies that we are going to work with. As I said, after being selected, you will again receive another questionnaire to be filled in, where we want to understand more about your ambition and about your needs to offer very, very targeted support. The first phase of the program, that is ending somewhere in March, is addressing an initial estimation of maximum of 100 companies. We might raise the number if we feel that we can offer more, but we are aiming for 100, somewhere there. And there's going to be advisory support in the form of different trainings, not classical training, but as we said, targeted for your needs and for your ambition. Starting March, but maybe even earlier, if we know exactly what you need, we are starting phase 2 with a number of approximately 20 innovation projects that are going to be addressed in higher detail with innovation experts at hand, supporting you to advance your readiness and to develop international consortia. And we are aiming in the second half of 2026 to support you identify maybe I3 proposals, maybe other type of international opportunities, and support you at up to some point that this will be discussed with the companies selected in phase 2, even submit or at least create some appealing proposals for the 2026 European funding call windows. This is the project. I mean, this is the program. It might sound like it's a long process, but from our experience, and that's why we are having here in the webinar a lot of experts that have been through this process several times, you need to be prepared. You cannot be an international innovator if you are not prepared, if you don't know your partners, if you don't know your innovation capabilities, if you don't match your innovation ambition with some European value chains. That's why the program is well structured. We are going to have on-sites and virtual trainings, followed by peer-to-peer learning sessions where you can already identify potential partners, and the activities will be done in a way that it is not complicated for your business-wise process, but in a way that will create an immediate value. And I think this is all from my part. I think we can address a lot of questions at the end of the presentation, because I want you to meet our expert in innovation, competitiveness and sustainability, Mrs. Koen de Graaf from Idea Consult Brussels. We are happy to have you, and looking forward to understand what other opportunities and advantages the SMEs have to collaborate in international partnerships. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Christina, for your nice words and invitation. Happy to be with you, and I couldn't agree more with your call upon the SMEs in terms of be prepared. And I think SustainX is doing quite a good job over there, looking at your program. So let me dive into the partnerships as opportunities. I will share my screen with you for my presentation. Can you see it now? I'll put it in presenter mode.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So let me start first with a short introduction of myself and Idea Consult. Idea Consult is a Brussels-based consultancy company or organization with a DNA concerning of really fact-checking and research on a scientific level, combining that with a very multidisciplinary approach. But that means thinking very practical and not only dealing with the theory and models, but applying them to the daily business. always looking at the future. So what is needed for the next years? And we have a very good partner network to help you with building consortia, for example. And of course, we like to work together with you in executing our assignments. And of course, what you want as a client is for us the most important thing. So we have a very large area we are working in, from innovation, competitiveness, and sustainability area, which is my occupation, through labor market, through governance and strategy, to territorial development, and anything in between. What does it mean in practical terms? Well, we execute assignments in the direction of evaluations of organizations and policies. We do impact studies on policy measures and organizations. We support you in developing policies and strategies on the national level, regional level, and a company or institutional level. We do a lot of process management. It is a bit similar to what SustainX is offering you, but it's also guiding consortia towards proposals for Horizon Europe, for I3, for Interreg. And we are part of the consortium who is offering services to the S3 partnerships, and I come to that in a minute, where we support these consortia on governance structures, scoping their activities, funding opportunities, creating demonstration projects or demonstrator added value, and of course the mapping of the value chains in the different regions. I'm an expert at Idea Consult based on the background I have in the Netherlands, joining High-Tech NL, which is a cluster organization for high-tech companies, both large companies and small and medium enterprises. I also joined the province, the regional government of North Brabant during 8 years as a senior policy advisor on interregional and international innovation collaboration. And I'm happy to share that I also was part of the writing team and initiating team of the European Digital Innovation Hub on manufacturing in the south of the Netherlands. So let's go to today. I take you along, and really please make yourself known if you have a question about the smart specialization platforms and thematic partnerships, how it is working, what are the benefits, the relation with the S3 communities of practice, the services we provide you with there, and the relation to I3. Looking at the European landscape, quite a couple of years ago, the Commission decided, okay, we need to organize the different ecosystems. So let's create 4 main platforms on agri-food, energy, industrial modernization, and sustainable blue economy. And under these 4 different platforms or thematic platforms, we create thematic partnerships, the so-called TSSPs, thematic smart specialization partnerships, based on the smart specialization strategy of the different regions in the EU and the belonging ecosystems to that. So what is done there is there will be services to existing partnerships, but there is also the creation of new partnerships. There is a lot, that's the main focus, of SME participation, and it's really a birthplace for projects. And these partnerships can have a different background or a different composition. So there are partnerships that are RTO-led, so it's a cluster of academic and research centers from different regions. and or together with private companies, public institutions, and even civil society. So they are multi-helix. They have a different, let's say, signature, and that's okay. And they have also different objectives and missions. So normally, SMEs can join, large companies can join, RTOs can join, public administrations can join, even organized civil society can join in these partnerships. And they are looking at building up concepts, developing them, developing the solutions coming out of them towards implementation. So it really is very well aligned with what SustainX is supporting you in, and it really helps SMEs to develop their business and their technology as enabler for making business. How does it work in practice? So it is a direction, but in principle, there is a regional smart specialization strategy, which contains regional objectives. In most regions, this is built upon let's say, consultation of the stakeholders in the regions, including the SMEs, saying, okay, what is important to you and what should we head for in the coming years? And this is together the smart specialization strategy of a region. And as an SME, you are part of that. You're one of the ecosystems, regional ecosystems, to meet these objectives, to develop further and create economic development and growth for your region. But as we all know, nobody can address and solve all the issues we face in Europe on its own. So interregional collaboration is key. You need to have the contacts, and you already mentioned that it's quite hard to join or to create consortia, but this is a very good opportunity for SMEs. If you join these partnerships, there you can meet your pals, there you can meet potential consortium partners for the future. And that is one of the key aspects of an SME partnership, that it's thematically organized. So under these 4 platforms, let's say industrial modernization, to name you just one example, there is a partnership focusing on production via 3D printing. So if you're involved in 3D printing and you have innovative solutions, next to probably the urgent questions you might have for further development of your technology and or business, join a partnership like that, and you will meet pals who can help you addressing your questions. And it is a very good platform in together create a concept, together create a solution for an urgent question from society to address by your technology, to create a consortium around it and work it up and apply for funding. And whether it's Horizon Europe funding or I3 or Interreg, that doesn't matter in principle for the partnership. Today we are focusing on I3, which offers a lot of opportunities. For you from SustainX, there is an extra reason to join these partnerships, and that's related to I3. One of the things which is new in I3 since last year actually, is that 50% of the total budget should be reimbursed by entities from less developed regions. So looking at the partner regions here in SustainX, they contain quite some less developed regions, not only, but everybody is looking for you to join their consortium and to take part in their project proposal. So for SMEs, this is great. For SMEs from these countries, it is a huge opportunity. How does it work? Partnership, an S3 partnership in practice. So what they do is sharing the mission, the vision, create concrete objectives out of that, turn them into actions, execute these actions, and by doing that, they create impact in society. That is all organized around a thematic. Within a partnership with a certain thematic, like 3D printing, you can still have several working groups dealing with sub-themes. So, for example, 3D printing in aluminium or large format 3D printing, and so on and so on. So this really fits also to the I3 objectives, which should support, every project proposal should support digital transition, green transition, and or smart manufacturing. So here it really comes together. The partnerships are supported by the S3 Communities of Practice, which is a large consortium offering services on capacity building. Well, SustainX is a very good example of that, but also on the governance and the structure of a partnership, how to organize the work, creating the right working groups, having the right decision-making bodies, developing a good mission, vision, and objectives, which is, of course, preceded by the scoping. So we also offer services in terms of scoping. What is your focus? Together with mapping what is already there to at least not reinvent the wheel, as mentioned before. Smart partnering, who are you looking for and how to find them? We also support partnerships in finding the right funding and investment assistance, not only by identifying the funding opportunities. I mean, the calls for next year are already mentioned, but also similar to SustainX, guide you in writing good concept notes, writing good project proposals, and so on and so on. And well, for my part, I can say I guide a lot of partnerships in the process of submitting a proposal. So the writing part is done by the partners, whether or not supported by another organization to do the real concrete writing. What we do is support you in the process. That means organizing the meetings, taking care of all the different steps necessary for the submission, take care of delivering in time the necessary documents, preparing the budget, and so on and so on. What also is done in the partnerships is creating a pipeline of demonstration projects and or the building up of demonstration projects. That's also one of the services SVCOP is guiding the partnerships with, saying, okay, what do you want to demonstrate? How do you want to demonstrate it? Why do you want to demonstrate that? Why is it relevant? Why is it important? And is it the technology? Is it the value of your partnership or anything else? That's what we guide, where we guide partnerships in doing that in an even better way as they did before. And last but not least, there is support on scaling up and commercialize your solutions. So what did we learn from these services offered by the SVCOP consortium in the last years? It was a 3-year project coming to an end now by the end of September. And as the thematic partnerships are focusing on the diffusion of innovation, transition of the industry, and interregional collaboration via specific projects, applying for funding in Horizon Europe, in Interreg, in I3. we see that it is for a partnership or for a consortium very important to have a very clear mission, vision, and objective. Commitment of partners is key. To meet regularly and to have contact is vital for having a lively partnership. And connecting the different ecosystems in the different regions is very important instead of all these standalone activities which relate to inventing the wheel all by yourself 27 times in Europe, where if you connect or bundle your forces, you will be strong. If you click on the link below, then you can have access to the lessons learned via a PDF. It's public. So how does it work, these services in practice? Well, we have a topic definition via the scoping service. Then we are looking for a list of future relevant funding and financing sources. We assess them, so we do internal and external characteristics and checking them against your project ID. And from there, we create a funding map and create funding scenarios. This is just an example of a funding map. You see here, when it's about capacity building, you could look at opportunity 1 and 2 for our D&I activities on opportunities 3, 4, 5, 6. And when you're looking at accessing the market or business development, you might look at 8, 9, or 10. And that corresponds with of course, the TRL levels. This is just an example to give you a flavor of what is done there. Sorry. I go back. Coverage is huge. So we also, and that's also important in terms of building consortia, there is an S3 observatory. You can find it on the website of the S3 communities of practice, where you can find the right partners for your ideas or your concepts. So as you can see, the coverage is more or less the whole of Europe. There are different drop-down boxes which you can use to make your selections, and you just can try it to find the right partners. There is also another opportunity when you look at the I3 calls. There's always a site on from the Commission for partner search. You can offer your services or your ideas there, and you can also look for partners for that. But that is also an opportunity you could use. But again, if you're a member of a partnership, this might not be necessary. Well, I said, I3, I won't go too deep into that because that is explained already very well. It's focusing on digital transition, green transition, and smart manufacturing. It is about interregional collaboration on innovation and supporting investments in newly developed technology. That is mainly strand 1. There are 3 strands in I3. Strand 1 is focusing on technology development. Strand 2A is focusing on creating and supporting value chains in less developed regions by using technology. And strand 2B is about capacity building in less developed regions. So the attractiveness of I3 is because 70% of the project budget should be going to SMEs. So there's a huge potential for you as SME. 50% of the total budget should be reimbursed by partners from less developed regions. And that together makes it great to join any I3 project. It's largely funded. You can do it as a partner, or you can take part in the FSTP call SustainX is announcing today. But it's also technical development from the different projects. So there are a lot of opportunities there for you as an SME. The core is that you have to be committed, you have to know what you want, and your contribution has to add value to the project. So creating a good proposal is also about addressing the challenges described in the call and in the society and bringing solutions to the market. That's it for me today. Are there any questions?
We don't have any questions in the chat, but thank you so much. And I think it leads very well to the next slide, and maybe you can just answer the questions from the next slide. That leads to, yes, what it takes to build an, if you will stop sharing, please.
Yes, I do. I was busy. Sorry.
Yeah. What it takes to build an I3 ready project and consortium, because we put here some, let's say, recommendations from our part, because some of the partners are quite experienced into that. But how do you feel that, did we check the right boxes here, having a strong consortium, having a good mix of companies and other types of organizations, having a solid business case and path to market, and having a proposal that is quite mature, that can create readiness and impact? Is there anything else here that you see that it needs to be taken into consideration to build a project successful, and not only for implementation, for creating value for the companies there?
Well, I think you ticked actually all the boxes. So yes, a strong consortium. It's always the question, what is a strong consortium? But it's very important that the consortium is composed of logic partners who can contribute to the clear vision and objective of the proposal. So it can be a mix. It doesn't need to be that mix. It can also be a different mix. But at least it should be logic that and proven in the text that these partners are able to deliver. They can meet the objectives, and that you have to make a very strong text about that to convince the evaluators. Clear governance is obvious. Market and investment focus is absolutely relevant for Strand 1. For Strand 2A, focusing on creating and building and reinforcing value chains. You might include also the, let's say, completion on interregional value chains to address that challenge you are focusing on. And all the rest you covered, so well done.
Thank you. We also have a question, I think, from somebody in the room. I see here Jeta or something like this. Maybe you can address the question.
Yes, hi. My name is Geeta, and I'm joining from Spain, from the Canary Islands. Thank you so much for this presentation. I've joined about 7 to 8 minutes late, so sorry about that. And I was just trying to summarize the whole concept that we've been seeing today. And I just wanted to run it through you and just understand if I've got it right. So basically, this is a project that focuses on SMEs, and we have like a two-way communication between the companies and your platform, where we have to think about innovative ideas that comply with green, digital, and regional. Correct?
Interregional. I think the answer to your question is it's an advisory support program that prepares the companies, the SMEs, to identify and not only identify, but successfully secure interregional innovation opportunities. And we are doing this with a set of measures. My colleague Laura from Canary Islands will present the application process and the criteria for the SMEs that can can access our program. What we are presenting here together with our experts from Brussels is like the end. It's the aim we are looking into, because it sounds very appealing that there are some opportunities at the European level, 10 million euro, where 70% of the funding should go to SMEs, something like this. But how do we get there? How ready we are and what it takes to be ready? That's why our program is a preparatory one. I think this is a way to put it. It's a preparatory one to make you ready, I3 ready, or I don't know, European inter-regional investments ready for next year. And maybe our colleague from Latvia, Ins, can give, I don't know, in a couple of minutes, an example of another project that he successfully created, and what did that project created for the SMEs. But maybe in 5 minutes, if you can share. Hopefully this answers your question, Gita.
Yes, quite a bit. So I imagine that after the presentation today, we will receive some continuous links about who to get in touch with further questions, and the presentation that you are making. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And also how to apply. So the links for application to the opportunity, and so you'll get it by email. So Ins, if you are here, you can.
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Can I start sharing the screen?
Yes, yes. Can you please in 5 minutes be very quick, because we can learn from you a lot. Thank you.
Okay, I can be very quick and I will finish in next 15 minutes. So thank you for this opportunity to speak. Yes, this is the SustainX project, what I'm going to speak about. And this is also one of these I3 strand projects, and this is capacity building projects under this program 2B. And actually we have very long and nice title of this project. You can read it. This is the first 4 lines, but the most important is that this is the project is about creation of new interregional value chains in agri-food and logistics sectors, and that is our project SustainX. So, and already several times you have heard this magical name, what is value chains, but about that one I will speak about later. This is my personality. Later you can read what I have been done in this business support since 1993, and later you may contact me, but this is not the point where I want to stop now. About our organization, we are Latvian Technological Center, established in 1993, and our establishment concept is taken from Germany, from German Technology Center concepts, and this is the way how we were been operating for the last more than 30 years. And in the recent years, we are also running our prototype center, digital prototype center. So what we are interesting is that we don't have even one machinery, but we are doing it all, everything on the digital format, and we are buying machinery time and the SME premises. So this is about us. Later you can also dive in this one. And now more about our SustainX project, what I have to present. As I said, this is Strand 2B program, and this program is dedicated for the capacity building. And for the capacity building, not only for the project partners, but also for the capacity building for this region, and of course for the neighboring regions. And in this project, we have 7 very nice project partners that are spread all around Europe. And we are also 2 partners having from so-called outermost regions. One is coming from Canaries, one is coming from Martinica, and then we have mainland partners. The developed region who is training us and who is mentoring us, it's coming from Düsseldorf. It is company Improve Academy with the background of large consulting company Kearney. So far, what we have achieved is that we have identified more than 80 regional project ideas, Under project ideas, we also see these as not only projects already, but these are already challenges that may transfer in the project. These are also opportunities that may transfer in the projects. And actually, this was the core when we started to work within our project. Basing on these regional project ideas, we managed to create 7 value chains. Actually, at the end of the day, there is more than 7 value chains created, but of course, we are not working with all of them. We have taken out the most interesting for our regions that also most fit in our regional innovation strategy that was mentioned before. And also we were looking in some future perspective in 5, 10, maybe 15 years, which value chains may be the most promising. And already we have submitted approximately 12 project applications, and we are also going to submit something also for this I3 Strand 2A calls, and later, of course, for Strand 2B, because that will be at the end of the year. And we are working with more than 7 different type of stakeholders. But this is something like a background. And of course, you can follow us on our project webpage and also on the LinkedIn. But several times you heard this magical name value chains. And I think this is one of the things that usually is not understood very correctly. And therefore, I have one slide with 2 definitions. I took it from Investopedia because it's very simple and rather understandable with graphics. One is supply chains and one is value chains. And pretty much these are 2 completely different things. Supply chains, this is about the network between the companies, but value chain, it's about the business model. A business model that describes the full range of activities needed to create a product or service. A full range of activities. I repeat, full range of activities. Then this is the standard value chain mapping for the company level. This is what you all have. This is what you do on everyday basis. If it doesn't matter what you are producing, are you using a table or you are producing a car, you all will have inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and service what you are providing. And this is how you are creating your value for your company and you are benefiting. This is a standard value chain mapping. Easy, understandable. And now we all are speaking about magical interregional values, cooperation across Europe and all this one. And to some extent, as we have noticed from the companies, the people are getting lost in all this one. And then we propose a 3-level understanding of the value chain. And I think I will explain. So this is very simplified understanding of the value chains, very simplified. So let's say we have one huge value chain where from tree seed we are getting at the end of the day, after 60, 70, 80 years, we are getting out the table. So pretty much this is one huge value chain. Tree seed, tree process, tree table, maybe then burning in your furnaces. So this is one huge value chain. Theoretically, yes, we can approach something for this one. And there is already such examples in the world. The same Tesla. What did Tesla did? Tesla did not invent just a car. They invented the full service starting from production plants, starting from charging stations, so-called Tesla chargings, then about the car, then about the whole society, then about the whole hype, and that is a huge first-level value chain that they have developed. But within this value chain, there are several second-level value chains, as we are calling, second level. And for example, if we split these trees, then in this case, it will be for the tree seed growers, then for tree growers, then for processing tree, for the table. And these are getting smaller value chains, more focused value chains. And then within this second level value chains that are more focused, you are getting much more focused value chain for your company, for your business. So it means that even if you are a small service provider, if you are even a small logistics company, you can contribute to the second level value chain, and you can be also, and you are part of this so-called first level, the top level. This is simplified such approach. Then the next thing is what you also heard today several times, these magical words TRL, TRLs. This is technology readiness levels. And if we are building this capacity, and especially for these calls that it will be strand 2A calls, all are speaking about the TRL 6 level as entry level. So for this TRL 6 as entry level, it is complicated, but it is also simple. It means that the technology is demonstrated in a relevant environment. If TRL5 is the technology is validated, so theoretically it means that technology or service can work, then in TRL6 you have demonstrated it to potential applicants, to potential industry. And this is, I think, at least pretty much it is rather easy to achieve this TRL6 level. And during the projects, if you are going to apply for these strand 2A calls or strand 1 calls or maybe other investment projects, this is pretty much when you are more or less ready to speak also with investors to show that it is not just something what you have in your mind or you have tested in laboratory, but this is that can and should be working on the real environment. So this should not be scaring you away. So TRL6 to rise it to TRL7 at least, it's doable and it's nothing so tragic. So what we have done in the project, I said that we have several value chains. I will present two of them. One is fungi and mycelium cluster, or value chain for fungi and mycelium sector. And for this case, we are having this same approach as I presented for these three levels. One is global value chain, mycology in general, includes everything what we can expect. And then on the second level, we are working more focused with food and nutrition, biotechnology, life science, or furniture and design. It's easy, much more easier for us to focus the project and to focus the service, and also for companies to understand and to have the common talk. And then, of course, the individual company level. Then the next thing is what we are, this was not asked by the project, but this is what we want to work further in the next 10, 15 years, is that we also going to develop this cluster to show these developments, to show these achievements, and we are also slowly building our web presence, and we are starting with this web page representation. Then the next thing is about the gluten-free products. Also very interesting. It's a food sector, and actually more and more people are having these celiac diseases, and also more and more people are choosing to live this life without gluten to have much more healthier. And this is where we also decided, let's offer them this opportunity. Let's build up this new global value chain for gluten-free products. And actually, a lot of people will say it's nothing new. It's already in the market for hundreds of years. Yes, for hundreds of years. But how many of you know how this, let's say, gluten-free products should be certified, how these gluten-free products should be marketed, how they should be transported, and even the companies that are working in food sector, when you start speaking with them, oh, wow, we did not know. Site contamination, wow, we did not know. And this is a whole value chain what you have to develop and build up. For example, let's take oats. It is gluten-free product. Fine. But the problem is, if the farmer before oat harvesting will harvest wheat, what will happen? It will be site contamination. So it means the whole value chain should be built. The whole value chain should be understood. And this is where these projects become much more interesting in cooperation, because on the one region, you cannot have enough capacity, you don't have enough critical mass to develop such specific value chains. And also for the zero gluten, also we decided that we are going to have a web page representation so that people can more be informed, and also the companies can be more informed about these options and these opportunities for long time value chain development, and also for the project development. And actually it means that these value chains, these interregional value chains, they are more about cooperation, and they are more about building critical mass for your company, for you to get more strong, to have more power, and of course, to be more competitive. So apply. What else I can say? Thank you very much. It was not 5 minutes, but I think it was close to 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Int. Your presentation was very interesting. I will start by sharing my screen back. And I will invite my colleague Laura from Fondazione Sostenibile Santa Cruz to continue with the practical steps that you should follow to maximize your chances of selection. Please, Laura.
Thank you, Christina. Good afternoon, everyone. The things that we think you should do in order to apply for our project are the following ones. First of all, we recommend you to read this open call announcement in our website. You have the link, you will get all these links afterwards, and there you can read a lot of information about our project. It's covered more or less all the important activities that we are making. Of course, in the rest of the website, you can find more information, but we think that there you can get the most important information. Then the second step, we recommend you to apply, and it's a link to a European Union survey. There you will give us some information about your company, so then we could adopt this information to adapt our trainings. So if you are not sure to apply yet, then we will do as a third step these regional webinars, where we will try to address your doubts and address your questions and help you to register in this form. So if you are not sure with information from today, you have doubts, you want to address more regional questions, you can get registered in these webinars, and then we will try to answer all your doubts. As you can see, they are getting place in different dates, so you'll get this information as well, so you can register with the proper links to everyone. But they are from next week. Next week is the first one in the Canary Islands until almost 1 month ahead in Greece. So we encourage you to get registered in these webinars if you want more information. And then if you have still questions, of course, you can contact us directly to every representative of every region. In the case of the Canary Islands, is me, but every region has its own representative. In Romania, it's Andrea Baculistena. Sorry for the pronunciation, Baculisteanu. Then in Bulgaria, it will be Mihaela Dineva. In Greece, Georgia Ladou. And in Latvia, Agnese Kore. So yeah, please contact us. You are really welcome to ask us whatever you have in mind. Please, next slide. Then to select which companies are going to be part of our project, we made a selection of different criteria that will help us to evaluate your company and to decide which ones are the winners to be able to participate with us. There are 2 mandatory criteria that if you are not there, we have to say sorry that you will not be allowed to participate. But these 2 criteria are: you have to be having your activity in one of the regions that we were talking already about, Romania, Thessaly in Greece, Northeast Romania, Thessaly in Greece, Bulgaria, Latvia, and the Canary Islands in Spain. And the second mandatory criterion is that your activity must be inside of one of the S3 priority sectors of your region. Every region has its own S3 priority sectors, so you should be inside one of them. If you enter in the form, they are very good specified, so you don't have to look for them. You will find them directly in the form. The next criteria are really the criteria we are using to decide which companies are the winners. We are looking for companies that are already making innovations in the digital transformation area or in the sustainability area, principally. If you are not, we are looking for companies that are willing to apply this kind of transformations. So we have this digital transformation in one hand, these sustainable practices in your company, so that if you are currently applying them, of course, you're getting more score, and it is more possible that you are getting a spot in our project. Then there is this sustainability and innovation. That means not only that your company makes sustainable practices, but that you are integrating sustainability into your innovations, into your innovation projects. Then another important thing, and that's kind of obvious, it's that you are able to communicate in English. As you see, these activities in English, many of the activities of the project will be in English as well. Many will be in your own language, but for these activities in English and for the cooperation between regions, it's totally necessary that you or someone in your company or someone can help you to speak in English. So the communication is able to be followed in English. Another important thing for us is this collaboration willingness. That means that you are willing to learn from another companies, that you're willing to share your knowledge with them, and that you're willing to collaborate not only with all these companies, but with another stakeholders from the whole ecosystem. So that means a collaboration between all the regions in terms of companies, but in terms of other institutions as well. And the last point, but not the least, the less important is this women leadership. That means that when there is a tie, we will give priority to companies that are led or founded by women. So we can say that these are the criteria that you have to have in your company. Of course, your company must be an SME, as we have been telling from the beginning. This is a very important thing as well. But yeah, the most important things are that you are in the consortium region, in one of these S3 sectors, and then the other criteria, we will calculate who could be able to be in our project. Christina, next slide, please.
Okay, so we reach now the Q&A session, just to help a little bit, Laura. Of course, we will share all the materials presented here with you until we have the first question. If we have questions, I would just like to add a very small detail. So the first step in order to be part of the SustainX program is to fill in the survey. I actually included in the chat as well, for you to have it very easily close to you. So you fill in the survey. We will try to do the assessment after the 17th of October. Until the end of October, we are planning to offer a follow-up with the SMEs and to discuss more details if necessary. And afterwards, you will be basically informed of what is going to happen next. So the first thing, fill in the survey, and afterwards we will take it step by step together. You don't have to worry. We will We will try to keep you as much as informed as possible. So now is the time to address certain questions if you have them. So I'm assuming this session was very productive and very clear since we are not having questions. Do you want me to open the survey, Laura? I know that you discussed about this with me. So this is my next question, if you want me to open the survey.
Yeah, of course. Then all the people can see how does it work. It's a very easy survey.
So when you are first opening.
Sorry, it only takes around 10 minutes. So it's not that's long.
Okay, something very, very important is when you are basically reaching the consent for data processing. If you are not ticking there the box that you accept your data to be processed, we are not going to receive a lot of the information that you filled in the survey. So please, if you are willing to be part of this program, please agree with data processing in order for us to receive your full answer to the survey. This is something very important. Should I just fill in as an example, maybe?
Yeah, you have to, at least this red field, you have to put something in order to go ahead.
Yeah, probably it won't let me to
fill
in everything. But if you, I don't know if you have any questions further. Yes, so sorry for the confusion. In order for you to apply to the call, you need to fill in this survey. So it's a survey. We use the European Union tool to actually create. They call it survey, so we couldn't change the name of this tool. So yes, the survey is the application. Yes, I know that it creates confusion. Thank you very much for asking the question. So actually, it's very simple. You fill in this survey. We get all the details. If you tick the right boxes here in the consent for data processing, so you need to agree with data processing. And afterwards, we get the information, and we will contact you, and you will get through the steps that needs to be done in order to work with us. I hope that now this part is clear. And if we have additional questions, I will leave you 1 more minute. And if we are not having questions, we are going to end this. Okay. I am assuming we are not having questions, so I won't take any longer of your time. Thank you very much for being here with us today. Don't forget that if you have questions, we have regional representatives and regional events that you still have access to. You can have access to information with the help of them. So please. Follow us on social media. Look over the SustainX Project website. We have a lot of information there as well. And I'm hoping to see a lot of you flying to this program and to work with you. And to see you during the regional events that will offer you access to the same information, but maybe addressed a little bit differently since it will be in your online, in each person's language. So thank you very much. I wish you a very great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.